Hello YouTube, it's been a minute, over 2 months actually, but we are back. And today we're going to be talking about the lens that's been glued to my FX30 for over 6 months now. And the lens is the Tamron 17-70mm f2.8. This lens is a workhorse for APS-C cameras, man. This is the king of APS-C. I will say this is the king of APS-C in my opinion. I know we have the 18-50 Sigma f2.8, but this lens right here does it all. It's super versatile. You do photography, videography, everything with this one lens right here. All right, so before the video starts, I want to take a second to thank you guys so much for making us reach 100 subs. Yeah, 100 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but for me it's a big milestone. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for that, and let's get on with the video. After a year of real world use for client works, YouTube, even travel, I can say this lens is the king of APS-C cameras. Okay, so let's dive into the good and bad and see whether this lens is worth picking up in 2025. Okay, so starting with the build quality of the lens. The Tamron 17-70 is solid, but not exactly premium. It's made of high quality plastic with some weather sealings. It's light enough for gimbal work, but not so light that it feels cheap. It's got a 67mm filter thread. No aperture ring, but the zoom ring feels pretty smooth. Not too stiff and not too loose. Now, this is where this lens really shines. On APS-C cameras like the FX30 and the A6000 lineups. This gives you a full frame equivalent to about 25 to 105 millimeters. That covers ultra wide to short telephoto shots, making it the perfect all-in-one lens. Whether I'm shooting handheld B-rolls, client interviews, portraits, or even vlogging, this lens just delivers. Wide open at f2.8, the lens is sharp, especially in the center. Corners soften a bit, but it's not distracting, especially for video work. The color rendering is natural, and the contrast is actually pretty impressive, and I rarely find myself correcting much in post. Also, chromatic aberration and distortion in this lens is minimal, so you don't have to worry about that, especially with Sony's built-in correction turned on. This lens was basically made for hybrid shooters. Paired with the FX30, the autofocus is fast, accurate, and silent as well. It's also par focal-ish, meaning your focus doesn't shift much while zooming, which is huge for run and gun filmmaking. And yes, it does have IBIS, and if you don't know what IBIS means, it's in-body image stabilization. It plays really well with Sony's IBIS, giving you smooth handheld footage even at 70 millimeters. Alright, now for the low lights and bokeh. At f2.8, you can shoot comfortably in low light without cranking the ISO too much. And the bokeh, creamy. Creamy. Not prime lenses creamy, but definitely smooth enough to make your subject pop. Okay, so now let's dive into some cons of this lens. Okay, so now the lens is not perfect, so let's dive into some stuff that I don't like with this lens. It doesn't have no autofocus and manual switch on the lens, which would have been super helpful. The zoom creeps when pointing the lens downwards. It's a bit long physically, so it's a bit front heavy on smaller bodies like the A6000 lineups. Okay, so now who is this lens for? If you shoot a mix of photos and videos and you want a lens that does it all and you're on an APS-C camera, this lens is for you. It's not flashy, it's not sexy in any way, but it's practical, reliable, and sharp enough for pro work. Okay, so is the Tamron 17-70 f2.8 worth it in 2025? For me, big yes. 100%. Okay, so if you found this video helpful in any way, consider subscribing and hitting the like on the video. It really helps pushing out the content to more creators like you. Drop a comment as well and let me know your current setup at the moment, and if you're considering picking up the Tamron 17-70 f2.8 to put in your lens collection or as your first lens. And also let me know down in the comments as well if you want a full setup with the Tamron 17-70 with the FX30 and how the quality looks, and I'll be sure to get on that as well. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.